What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Foots the King. Happy 4th of July. Had Voch Lombardi on the show today. We talked about the offensive line, talked about the article written by Garrett Podell. Just talked about this offensive line and really went into detail on all of the Cowboys starting offensive linemen, what they need to get better at, and how they really have to be the anchors of this team. This was by far one of my favorite shows of the offseason because we really got to get Voch in his bag and he was able to really get detailed. Very important, guys. Make sure we get Voch Lombardi to 100K. Go like, go subscribe, go tell your cousin, your auntie. When he wins, people like myself win, Skywalker Steele, everybody in the community, Law Nate, all of us. If I don't even want to forget, I don't want to start naming people because I don't want to forget anybody. Everybody wins when somebody like that wins because he's one of those people that takes everybody with him. Love you guys. Hey, man, y'all know he about to give me HELL on July 4th. I'm bothering my brother. I actually just got done running. You know what? While I'm here, Voch, let me get some eye drops in my eyes. People think I smoke. It ain't even smoking. Really just.
I mean, you do. You know what I'm saying? But if I was really your brother, you wouldn't be contacting me on federal holidays. You know, if the bank.
So you think I'm hacking about for act?
Some must be. You better drink that goddamn water. You know what I'm saying? Because your mouth dry too, because you be smoking. Something.
I just got done running, Voch. You can see the sweat. I'm ready for training camp. It's the grind, man. Nah, man.
You should have been running this damn technology. So we gotta be. Or whatever, though. Go ahead.
Hey, quick backdrop. Me and Voch were supposed to go an hour ago. I had a mess with my camera, and I'm just like, yo, what's going on? I got my big little bro. I'm a little older than Voch, right about 52. And
what you about 35?
We ain't gonna put that out there, Voch. I'm just
okay. So you about 3 years older, man.
I'm 300. What Chief keeps saying, 300.
I bet.
And so, no, in all seriousness, so I said, all right, Voch, I need you to come on. I didn't even want to tell Voch what this show was about because before, and let me just set the stage. This is good. I want to set this table. So before Voch became Crown Global, Cowboys break Voch, he was draft guy Voch. Right? And he was O-line guru Voch. And Voch, I've been doing this deal where it's like it's the dead season and I want to do deep dives. I don't want to do speculation. I want to do deep dives and I want to really dive into what the Cowboys need to be successful this year. And there was a time where there was only one O-line person in the world, and that was Voch Lombardi. Now, he did film on everything, but O-line is his baby. Yeah. And you've earned that, and you do a great job. So before he was with Brian Broaddus, I really know Voch. We going on damn near 10 years of friendship and just working hard together. So all you've been doing, Voch, anybody who knows you knows how hard you work. So this article that just came out, Voch, you said that we needed to get better on the inside. The Cowboys did that. I threw a hissy fit because we didn't get a receiver. And we ended up getting that. So I feel like the Cowboys are moving in the right direction. But I wanted to ask you this, Voch. Now I want to get you on record. With every detail in this article, right? We're going to go player by player. And we're going to start with the headliner. And the headliner is one Tyler Guyton. Tyler Guyton has been grinding this whole offseason to overcome what Tyler Smith was labeled as a tumultuous, he had a bad year. And this is from that article. It was on CBS and it referenced Duke Manyweather.
What you say it was? It was a what year?
Tumultuous. I said tumultuous. He altered his diet, and I'm paraphrasing. But I wanted to ask you this, Voch. Yeah. The biggest thing that they're working on with him is his posture. Yeah. Does Voch agree, disagree, or are you still up in the air? We're going to do that with every one of these linemen, Voch. Do you agree, disagree, are you up in the air? Posture is what he needs to clean up the most.
I'd be a fool to disagree with a pro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to use your mouth less than your eyes and ears. You feel me? You know what I mean? And just pay attention and just see what the business is. Luckily for me and the audience is that me and Duke are on the same page about this. Mm-hmm. So when we say posture, Foots, no matter what sports you play, no matter what athletic activity, golf, basketball, wrestling, boxing, swinging a baseball bat, offensive line ain't terribly different than that. You want shoulder width apart. You know what I mean? Yeah. Trying to bend at your knees. Your feet probably gonna be staggered depending on the sport or whatever. And for the most part, you don't want to be leaning over too much. You know what I mean? You don't want to be reaching and leaning. You kind of want to flat back, big chest for the most part. Some sports vary, but for the most part, that's kind of what you're looking at. And that was the problem with Guyton. Mm-hmm. My thing about Guyton is posture is a thing. Shouts out to Duke. If I could add to it, I think his posture is a thing because he ain't strong. Now him not being because it had some eggs earlier, my bad. him not being strong foots would lead to a posture problem. You wanna know why Tyler Smith ain't got a posture problem? Because he can grab you any kind of way and you stop moving. Yeah. Same with Booker, relatively the same for Beebe. So when Duke talks about posture, we talk about shoulder width apart, big chest, back straight. You know what I'm saying? Not leaning at the waist, but we're bending at the knees. If you Tyler Guyton, you've been caught leaning forward sometimes.
Yes.
You've been caught bending at the waist sometimes. You've been caught lunging at people sometimes. Why is that important and what they got to do with being powerful? If you were confident in your power, strength, you wouldn't have to lunge or lean to overcompensate for the lack of power that you think you don't have. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you this example for the King. You have a son. What are you like 8, 7?
5.
Mm-hmm. If you wanted to push him out the way, you have fantastic posture because all you would do is just kind of push him out the way because you're confidently stronger than him. But if they say, Foots, I need you to push Aaron Donald out the way. Now your whole body gonna get involved. Now you're gonna try to toss your body into Aaron Donald because you may not be strong enough to move him on your own. But you might be like 180 pounds, 192, 205. I don't know, something. You want to throw your body to add a little bit in there because I ain't strong enough. You know what I'm saying? You don't need your whole body to push your son out the way.
Yeah.
Just pushing you out the way. For Aaron, shit, down said. Aaron knows that. Aaron Donald knows that. So while you lunging, what he gonna do? He gonna pull your jersey, you gonna fall. He gonna slap your hands, you gonna fall.
Yeah.
He gonna swim over the top of you, you gonna fall.
Yeah.
And if you Tyler Guyton, you either gonna fall or you gonna grab jersey and we gonna fall.
Talk about it, Voch.
So that's where your holding calls come from. So
and then his lunging, you would think so lunging and overextending.
Yeah, I'm lunging and I'm overextending. And if I don't want the quarterback to get killed, I need to grab something. And that's where holding and tackling comes from. And that's penalties, right? So when Duke says posture, Guyton needs to work on being strong from his chest up stance, from his back flat stance, from his I'm not leaning stance. I'm more into, positioning. I'm more into striking you in the right places to kind of keep you at bay, as opposed to me leaning and lunging. So posture was a big problem for Tyler Guyton. And he's 6'7". You know what I'm saying? So being 6'7", having to get down, it makes you want to lean down sometime to try to get down. But now you got to lean down by bending your knees. So you got to get flexible. So when we hear Tyler Guyton say, oh, I've been doing yoga, stretching, trying to get flexibility, that's where that comes from. Because you got to be able to bend your knees to get down, not bend at your waist to get down.
Voch, what does a good year look like for Tyler Guyton? Because I have a thought that I don't need Tyler Guyton to be a Pro Bowler. I need him to be Doug Free. I just need him to be solid. What does a good year look like for you?
Don't get us killed. Just don't get nobody killed. You ain't got to be crazy. You can combo with Tyler Smith and get some good push, but just don't get nobody killed. That flash of a practice that he had with Micah Parsons, if you do that, 18 weeks, we on to something. 20, 21 weeks, we on to something. But I don't want to be unrealistic to Tyler Guyton. Just don't get us killed. I think Doug Free is a fine comparison. Colton Miller is a fine comparison. You ain't gotta be Tyron Smith. Just be cool. Be Terrence Steele. Like when Terrence was good at that 1, 2 times, 3 times. Just be like Terrence Steele and just don't get us killed.
Yeah, 2022. He was really solid. Voch Lombardi, ladies and gentlemen, talking to Foots the King on July 4th. We're doing this for y'all. Voch, love you, man. Voch, we're talking about Tyler Smith now. And his area of focus, according to this article and according to how he's working with Duke Manyweather, get off the ball quickly, establish his first 3 steps to maximize leverage and power. That was really detailed. that one right there. Do you agree with that, Voch? I mean, we could. It's pretty safe to say he's the best lineman, and he's gonna, I would say, be a perennial All-Pro this year. Just the way he's trending. At guard, Voch, do you feel that was a fair assessment?
First of all, I think it's important to identify the nitpick. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Duke Manyweather and I got to give you a problem about everybody, of course, Beebe and Tyler Guyton's problem are going to be a little more broad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You work with young kids playing ball or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So their problems may be stay down, pad level low or whatever.
Come off the ball, yeah.
Their problems are like broad macro football problems, like wrap up. You know what I mean? But when you get to the National Football League, their problems might be pigeon toe your right foot just a little bit when you come out your stance. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or when you engage, turn your elbow just a little bit. It's like small shit. Like once you get to the big leagues or whatever, right? Yeah. So Guyton's problem is simply stay down, chest up. You have to be super nuanced with Tyler Smith because it's three of them. Big Tyler, right? You have to be nuanced with Big Tyler because he's an All-Pro already.
Yeah,
he's a dog already. So now if you Duke and Tyler come to you and be like, "Hey, coach, what I need to work on," you can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, you just need to make what he's good at. Make him great at it. So get off the ball quickly, establish the first 3 steps to maximize leverage and power. So get to your landmark.
Mm-hmm.
Get to your landmark, and get to it quickly. You know what I'm saying? Get to it at this part of your step or your process as opposed to this part. Because honestly, if I can stop you closer to the line of scrimmage, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like if I can corral you up closer to the line of scrimmage and further away from the ball carrier, let's do it. Think about I don't even know if you got into him, but Marcus and Bo when we was watching film.
Yeah, Mizzou kid.
Purdue kid.
Purdue, I'm sorry.
Same colors. Yeah. But his thing is he'll get driven back a little bit and then he'll kind of get into his thing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you may want to establish getting into your thing quicker. Yeah. So with Tyler Smith, instead of going step, drive the shit out of somebody, what he's just saying is your first 3 steps need to be drive.
Mm-hmm.
And that may sound like nitpicking because we've seen Tyler Smith whoop feet, but it's always room to get better. So now whoop feet quicker, whoop feet cleaner, whoop feet efficiently, whoop feet with your hands perfect every time. If Tyler Smith goes through a whole game and he only get like 2 holding calls, go through a whole game and just get 1. So we're just cleaning up technique in a very, very small way. I don't disagree. Okay. I think Tyler's just fine the way he is, but he ain't Larry Allen. So if you can get him to Larry Allen, sure, clean up the little nitpicks here.
If you can get better, let's get better. Excellent stuff, Voch. Moving on to Cooper Beebe, somebody who you loved coming out of the draft last year. And he actually outplayed Tyler Guyton. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. He started every game, I think, but 1. And he held his own. It wasn't perfect. But more reps and better utilization of his offhand, that's the one that's not snapping the ball. And there was a few times throughout this article where it just felt like, Mike Solari and what he was asking some of these linemen to do, they just weren't on the same page. And now we'll get to that with Steele, with Terrence Steele. And it just feels like this staff has said, Duke, this is exactly what we want you to do with these guys when they're training. Don't do anything else. Well, let me take that back. Not saying don't do anything else. Let's come to an agreement on what we need to work on and let's drill the hell out of it. How do you feel about that with Cooper Beebe? Because I actually saw something different with Beebe, but I want to hear your thoughts on Beebe.
I find it fascinating. In that same article, and Will Steele brought this to my attention. Shouts out to Sky.
Shouts out to Sky. Shouts out to Broader. Shout out to the family.
Sky reminded me of this old joke I used to tell when I was breaking down Beebe. I was like, man, Beebe playing center like he playing guard. Like he's playing guard at center with the same hands, the same feet, the same quick sets, the same angles and all that, right? In this article, Foots, if you scroll to Good News, honestly, if you scroll down to that third paragraph.
If you want to pull it, you can, but it's up to you.
We ain't got to. I'll read it.
Okay.
Honestly, he was moved to center and really didn't have any detailed coaching or development in season or making that transition. What he had was basically what he had worked on in the offseason, and then I gave him as much of what I see during the damn CBS got some
shots fired
during the season as possible. Basically, Duke was saying that Beebe ain't getting no.
I was about to say
he ain't getting no instructions.
Shots.
Duke said that boy ain't getting no instructions, and I find that odd, Foots. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Duke take care of the offseason stuff, but once you with the team, you with the team. You know what I'm saying? So you belong to like the Solari classroom now once you here or whatever. And Duke say Solari ain't do shit.
Yeah. In so many words.
Yeah. And it pairs with what I was saying. Like I was like, hey man, it look like Beebe playing guard from the center position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know, with center you drop on both sides of your feet, right? Because sometimes you got to slide left, sometimes you got to slide right. Beebe would slide from his Kansas State right guard stance in both directions. Sometimes he would quick set like he's playing at guard, not at center. And what eventually what happened to him why he was okay, because he strong as hell. See, Guyton ain't got strong as hell to fall back on, but Beebe got strong as hell to fall back on. And the more Guyton, the more Beebe played, Beebe got better. And you know, comboing with Tyler and all that. I actually dropped the video on, y'all go watch that.
Yeah.
So when the article or when Duke says, you know, more reps utilizing his offhand, that's a center problem.
Mm-hmm.
That is a problem directly associated with playing center. My hands, I snap with this one. Well, we reverse, but I'm right-handed, whatever. I snap with this one. If I snap with this hand, all right. This ain't like guard where I'm just boom, we just fighting.
Yeah.
I gotta snap and find something to do with my offhand. If I'm a guard, I may go high with my outside hand and low with my inside hand. If I'm at center, I can't have that, because if I go high here, ain't no inside hand because I'm snapping right now. So for the most part, when I'm snapping, my offhand is more so in the center. Then I can regather and bring both hands to the party, and then we can work around and play with hands.
Good stuff.
Beebe ain't know that because he play guard, so he'll snap and still high hand. He'll be high
and
hand.
his leverage is off. But
he's strong.
Yeah,
but he's strong as hell, so he's straight. You know what I mean? So Beebe looked like he ain't have all that much technique in him, but he was winning through pure ass whooping strength. When he was whooping Vita Vea, it wasn't technique. He was just strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Duke ain't wrong. Hey man, you need to just work on snapping offhand. Snap offhand. Snap offhand. If we're outside zone blocking, snap offhand. If we're going this way, snap offhand. There's more chest with this, so now you need to defend your chest a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot that goes with it. It's a lot that goes with fighting defensive tackles with one hand. That's why they line zeros head up over us.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
man.
Now Beebe got to like snap, and let me bring my snap hand this way because you've been anticipating my snap hand coming straight up. If I'm a D tackle and your snap hand comes straight up every time, then when you snap, I'm gonna just slap your snap hand. I may have to snap, delay, and loop or some shit. I may have to snap and grab your hand that you're trying to grab me with. I may have to snap, slap the hand that you're trying to slap me with, reestablish. Like it's a lot of reps that go into it. But if nobody tapped you on the shoulder and said, "Hey man, you know you can do it like this," Beebe wouldn't know.
Man, Voch, that's a great breakdown at the center position. I don't think people think about just how much nuance goes into playing that position. And you know, one of the things that I saw was, and I guess this isn't a this isn't a critique on Beebe. I just want to see more of it. I want to see Beebe more in space, Voch. Like I want to see him pull more. I think he has that in his bag. I think he pulls well. I think he locates his defender. And I think like just being +1 in the run game, and that's what Clayton Adams will do. I hope that we get more of that. Voch, we're here for a good time, not a long time. I want to get you. I really want to talk. I want to really dive into this Terrence Steele deal. All right.
Do Booker. We straight. Just do both.
Okay, so we're going time. Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say Booker for last because I want to give you some more flowers based on something that I heard.
Well, go ahead, Terrence, because I like flowers. Go ahead, dude.
Hey, see, if people say Foots don't give people flowers, y'all crazy. Hey, listen, so much been happening in my life. I'm giving all my people flowers. If you don't like it, don't watch the channel. Voch is a goat, and I'm gonna tell him every time. Y'all crazy. Anyway.
Nobody's ever said Foots don't give flowers.
No. It's actually I had a comment, Voch. I had a comment. Somebody said, Foots, we could do without the flowers. I said, boy, you out your mind. I'm gonna get this black man flowers. This man that made it. Anyway,
that's crazy,
folks, bro. You get beat up for being too positive nowadays. Voch is wild.
That's a damn shame. I don't like that. All right, go
ahead. Hey, listen, but we thriving, Voch. They can't box with us. Come box me then.
I can't do that.
No, they ain't working out. Me and Voch up at 5, 6 in the morning. I just ran my mouth. Stop playing with me. Here we go. I'm gonna pop my Lombardi.
Yeah.
We're gonna save Booker for last. So this is just a little summer deep dive, guys. So at right tackle, his journey has been a roller coaster, and they talked about that. And you know, they referenced PFF, and obviously he didn't. You know, PFF is what it is, right? Cool, whatever. But the area of focus was a more detailed approach to his handwork as well as increased mobility. And I want to just go to this quote. Mike Solari wanted him to do different things with his hands that I didn't necessarily agree with. And that I didn't think that it worked for Terrence, or maybe that he even worked on Voch. I think that late last year, we saw him get back to who he was. I think that's kind of what's going to be the deal with Connor Riley this year. We're on the same page. So really, I saw a big difference in his movement this spring, and I see a big difference already this summer with how he's moving. To paraphrase all this, I feel like Connor Riley is going to come in and say, Terrence, what's comfortable for you? Let's maximize that. Voch, what say you that, sir?
You remember, it couldn't have been Callahan left, and then we ended up with Paul Alexander. But we ended up with Paul Alexander, right, as offensive line coach. And it was this big hubbub about high hand, low hand, because the Cowboys offensive line hadn't been doing high hand, low hand. High hand, low hand is fine, but Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Travis, and them, they just hadn't been doing it.
Yes.
But Paul Alexander came in to implement high hand, low hand here, and it just didn't work. And Paul got fired in the middle of the season. And Colombo came in, and Colombo was like, hey, just do that thing, do that move that you do. The gut in the eyes move. You know what I'm saying?
Just be you.
Be you. Hey, look, you Tyron Smith. Look, hey, look, you Zach Martin.
Be you.
I'm not finna tell Zach Martin what to do different. You know what I'm saying? So they went back to their old ways, and the O-line was straight. Think about Terrence Steele, who had a phenomenal 22. And it gets disrupted by Joe Philbin Solari nonsense back to back like that. It just gets disrupted, you know?
Disrupted.
As good as Terrence Steele was, it just gets disrupted by Philbin Solari nonsense.
Nonsense.
Mike McCarthy ain't do us no favor.
Nonsense.
Man, Mike McCarthy ain't do us no favors with offensive line coach bringing these 90-year-old men up in here.
Unrelatable men to these guys.
And this ain't the first time Duke's called out these coaches doing some nonsense. Duke be ahead of the game on these cats. Be like, hey man, why they telling Terrence to do that? Why they telling Terrence to do that? I think it's something about these younger coaches that are kind of fresher in the game, that are willing to take some feedback and do whatever it takes to win. Mike McCarthy may have wanted to do things his way. Schottenheimer's willing to listen to Dak and be like, hey man, I'm trying to win. He's like, look, this is my first time. What's help?
What
help me. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
If I had to imagine, Solari and Philbin wanted things done their way, like they did back in the Tom Landry era. That's not a joke. But if Connor Riley's coming in, Connor Riley's probably asked questions when he got here. That's what young coaches do, especially in the league when these guys have like routines and everything's like in place for them already. Connor's looking for like, hey man, what you comfortable with? What you like to do?
Mm-hmm.
That what you like to do? Say no more. Bet. Done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Duke basically confirming that. That gives us an advantage because now Duke can work the whole offseason and go, hey man, you're working on this.
Yeah.
And even in season, when they go to Duke ain't got to switch up what he do. If Solari telling you to do one thing and you come to Duke practice and Duke go, hey man, I know Solari asked you to do that. I don't think you should, so I'm just gonna stay out of it. Now Duke is not now he's not a asset to you, or he's not an asset to you because he can't teach you what he wants to teach you. Solari on some nonsense, right? But if we go to Connor Riley, we go to Clayton Adams, who are all O-line guys and
younger O-line guys,
and Connor Riley go, hey Duke, we doing this. Duke say, I agree. Connor say, bet when he with you, do that, and we'll be on the same page doing this over here. Then of course, Terrence Steele is going to reap the benefits of that. Also, Terrence is going to be another year removed from the knee surgery or whatever, so he's going to be moving a little better. That's going to be good for us. So if Terrence Steele can get back to his previous movement and some hand fighting that works, it'll just benefit us. Plus, like Zach Martin being hurt also brought down Terrence Steele. I think Tyler Booker being healthy will fix that.
Voch, I think that's great stuff. I want to ask you this last one about Tyler Booker. Cross training to prepare for his switch to left guard, from left guard to right guard. Yeah. Booker began working with him. I didn't even know that they were working before he had even got drafted
in college. Yeah.
Yep. So he knows him. And I actually want to. I was listening to something that Joe Hoyt said. Joe Hoyt does great work. He's formerly at DLS. Now he's with Dallas Morning News. Shout out to Joe. We were a big family. And Joe said, man, listen, right now, Tyler Booker really looks the part as far as like he is going to really elevate this line. You could just see it. You could tell he's massive. And that's something that you were spot on about, Voch. You wanted him. So that's why I said I'm definitely give you those flowers. And I think because that's pretty vague, right? Just what Manyweather said, right? So what I want to ask you is this. There's been a lot of talking. We'll end on this note because I know this will take us. There's been a lot of talk in the community about the running back position. Foots is sleeping at night, Voch. I'm telling you. I'm sleeping at night because I think with an improved offensive line, doesn't have to be the best offensive line.
Yeah.
But with an improved offensive line and with your offense, Voch, we haven't talked about this, but I've been on with the collective and I've hammered this home and will continue to. Your offense is running through 3 and 88. That does not mean that you cannot run the ball, Voch Lombardi. Yeah. That does not mean
you want to run the ball if you're going through 8 and 3. Yeah.
Hello. And so I just think that if Booker's going to be good, like we're hearing, like you kind of heard whispers about Guyton, like, oh, it we'll see. Then he surprised everybody. You haven't heard. It's been like, yo, Booker starting. He's ready. We're good. And like you've confirmed this much. You've talked to Clayton. Voch, first off, how do you feel about Booker again? And then how do you feel about that theory? Like, yeah, we do in May need a running back or a name. But right now, bro, you got George Pickens on the edge. You have a clean Dak Prescott because the pocket's going to be clean. And you have CeeDee Lamb. We'll find a running back.
Zeke ran for 78 carries, 225 yards last year.
Sickening. Sickening.
That motherfucker got 200 yards on 70-something carries, bro.
Disgusting.
It ain't going to be hard to replicate, man. It won't be hard to replicate. Luckily, running back, running back is easier to find just by nature of what it is, like it's evidence in the league. You know, you would love to have Genty, Hampton, Johnson, Henderson, those, Judkins, those guys that we broke down in draft season. But Tyrone Tracy was fine last year for the Giants. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Bucky Irvin, late round pick.
Yeah, Bucket. Well, you know what I mean? Like you can find guys. You know what I'm saying? You can find guys. Nate Pete probably ain't work out for you, but
yeah,
you can find guys. You know, so you got Maffa, you got Jadon, and you got some of the old characters. One of them hit, and if not, go look in these practice squads. Go look in some of these cut guys. You could. I feel better about needing running back because I feel like you can find them.
Yeah,
I feel like you can find so many of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To your point with Book, I think Book is going to be phenomenal. And I think he's going to fit in like Zach Tyron and Travis fit in.
He owns it. The character, he owns it, bro.
Yeah. And I know it's easy for us to go pessimistic brain immediately and go, well, he's a rookie. We can't expect that from a rookie. Well, he was a rookie drafted in the top 15. Those guys typically whoop a lot of ass. He's high floor guy. It's not like he's traits, but he's missing on some of the important stuff. He's not. He's ready to pass set today. He's ready to pick up stunts today. He's ready to identify the mic today. He's able to pass guys along today, be a help guy today.
Voch, can I want to jump in real quick. Do you think he's a better run blocker or pass blocker? I love his pass sets, bro. I did not see him get beat in pass sets, bro.
I think he's a better run blocker.
Okay.
I'm interested to know what happens in the league with the super bursty 3-techs. I've done film on what he's done versus the bursty 3-techs in college, but the best bursty 3-techs are in the league. So I'm just curious to know what happens there.
Quick-footed guys.
I'm just curious. But on that same token, those dudes like 280 pounds and Book might just eat them for breakfast. I don't know. We got to see. We got to figure it out. Osa's a good test for that.
Sure.
And I need Osa to whoop up on Book in practice. But on that same token, I need Book to get like 3 out of 10 on Osa, 4 out of 10 on Osa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First, I think Book's gonna be fine. Think about what Beebe was last year, and now think about the prospect that Booker is versus the prospect Beebe was.
True.
Booker's a much better prospect than Beebe.
Bigger,
much better prospect,
longer arms.
And if I know anything about Book, and we just talking about being day one ready, right? His resume, right? Look at what he did versus the LSU kids. Even if you go like to last year, right? Tavondre Sweat, Byron Murphy. If you go back to the year before that, like those Georgia guys that's in the league right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's played the best competition.
Yeah.
He's played NFL players before. I couldn't say that about Tyler Guyton. You know what I'm saying? Oklahoma State edge players ain't really,
Yeah.
The Kansas State edge guys, they weren't all that inspiring. You know what I mean? I couldn't say that about Tyler Guyton. But Tyler Booker,
SEC football different.
Guyton only had 1 year. He had 1 year versus uninspiring Big 12 pass rushes. They Big 12 pass rushes, but they Big 12 pass rushes. Book got 3 years of SEC killers. I think he's going to be just fine day one, Foots. And I think he's going to be so impactful. I think he's going to be better than hurt Zach Martin, Foots.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be better than hurt Zach Martin. And no disrespect to Brock Hoffman, but the Cowboys showed you what they think about Brock Hoffman. When Brock was about to play center, the Cowboys said, okay, we're going to put BBS in. And when it was like, all right, when it looked like Brock was going to be playing right guard, they say, hey, we going to go ahead and put him. You know what I mean? So that lets you know what they think about Brock and what they're trying to do from an offensive line standpoint. They want to be bigger than Brock. They want to be stronger than Brock. They want to be more physical than Brock. Brock like to get scrappy and push people after the whistle and fall down when people fall on people when they falling down already. I get that. Book is going to create his own pancakes, and I think that's going to matter when we start duo blocking it.
Yeah. Brock is very edgy and all that, but like, are you going to open up run lanes consistently?
You say Brock is edgy? Book is edgy.
Yeah.
Book is edgy.
Yeah.
He just gets his own kills.
Yeah.
Brock, look. That's something. Look, I be seeing Brock. You know what I be seeing Brock do? He'll push somebody, throw his hands up, and flop around a little bit. I ain't never seen Book flop nowhere.
he ain't moving.
Book won't smoke. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to Brock, but it's
different.
It's the game we play.
It's the same thing that I was banging about the receiver position. Jalen Tolbert's a fine receiver, Voch. Fine receiver. A lot of teams he may go be a 2. Man, George Pickens is different.
Yeah.
And you're spot on. Like, that's a great comp, Voch. Like, I love Brock Hoffman. I think that he could start for this team. But Book is different. No, Voch,
You was doing all right. You was doing okay. Oh, that bullshit.
Voch Lombardi, man, thank you so much for taking this time, bro, on July 4th. You got any plans, man? I know you say we're not in a rush. What you doing today, man? What you got going?
I was about to do something. I was waiting around all day with you. You done put a 2-hour dent in my schedule, but I'll find something to do. I'm gonna figure something out. Go in the backyard, cook something.
You gonna cook? What's your normal? What you like to cook, Voch? We ain't talked off the record. We bring this to the record.
Leg quarters, man.
Quarters.
Leg quarters is the way.
Do you marinate the night before? Do you got any special?
For some grown man, don't play with me, man. For some grown man. Hey, don't play with me.
What you doing for size, Voch? You being a thotty today? You eating like a thot? What you doing?
I'm not doing crazy size. I'm gonna eat a salad today. I would normally do like baked beans or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can hook up some baked beans. Will Steele to tell you. I'm just gonna throw a salad on the side of the on the side of the chicken and just keep it simple.
Man, I'm so proud of you, Voch, because all my people out there, man, as much as you can, take that health. Me and Voch be talking about fast, and Voch, I just finished a watermelon fast. It was excellent, bro.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So nothing but watermelon. So I would eat my watermelon in the morning, then I would have watermelon that was juiced that night.
Yeah.
And I would just drink that. I did it for a week. It's a different feeling. Like, you don't feel weak. You feel lighter. I dropped about 5, cut up real well, but I did notice, obviously, when I went to the gym, like with my lifts and even my runs, it was tough. It was tougher because you're not getting that same protein intake.
Right.
But today I'm gonna eat. Like, I'm gonna eat some food today.
There you go.
I'm gonna eat. Hey, Voch, I'm gonna eat today, bro.
I'm gonna look into that.
It ain't no fasting today, homie. It's we going. Voch Lombardi, ladies and gentlemen, of the Doing All Right, of the Cowboys break. Come on, man.
Watch about on YouTube first, man. First.
Voch Lombardi on YouTube first. We started, like I said, but hold on. Cowboys break. Crown Global may have some things in the works. You never know, Voch.
Yeah, man.
You never know.
We work.
Crown Global. Brian Broaddus doing all right. Cowboys break. Am I forgetting anything, Voch? Bleacher Report.
We doing? Yeah, I'm sorry, Bleacher Report. And if DLLS got their bread, I mean, they can call. They can call if they got their bread.
And in a few weeks, Oxnard Voch. Come on, man. Stop playing, my man.
At Oxnard on the 21st. Yeah, for sure.
Oxnard Voch, man. It's different.
21 through 29. I'll be at Oxnard.
And y'all know he gonna spank the content, man. Much love to you, Voch Lombardi. We'll be talking here soon. And I'll be on Doing All Right every night.
I'll let you know. I'll call you. I'll let you know.
No, I'm always gonna listen. You know that. So
yeah.
As always, man, thank you guys for liking, sharing, subscribing. It's your boy Foots the King. You guys make sure that you guys get Voch Lombardi to 100K. When he wins, I win. The whole YouTube community wins. We love you all. Peace.